At one point, a doctor had discussed about giving me a permanent trach and a feeding tube just to eliminate the aspiration and give me the extra airway. But he said it in a way that was no big deal. I was 25, I think, at this point, and he was like, we'll just give you a permanent trach, give you a feeding tube, you'll be fine. And I didn't want to accept that. I did not want to think that that was going to be my path forever. September 13th of 2011, I had taken my kiddos to just a regular old doctor visit, and I started to go into what I thought was just a normal asthma attack. It all happened so fast that basically I woke up the very next day. I had collapsed and flatlined in front of my children. Ambulance had to come bring me back. They told me they had to give me several shots of epi to try to get my heart back because my heart rate went all the way down to 30s, I believe, and then I was just done. It was a very, very scary situation to be somewhere thinking everything's fine and wake up to a reality completely shifted. They had told me it was a paradoxal vocal cord dysfunction, which basically means during an asthma attack or any kind of attack, my vocal cords will flip and close, so essentially I suffocate from the inside out. I've been on antibiotics and steroids for 5 years, and it takes a toll on your body and your mind. And I have to take them to keep my lungs open and to help my throat not close. But after about 3 days of being on them, they make my whole body feel bruised from head to toe. I have to take the pain over not being able to breathe. Of course, I didn't have family there. I didn't have my mother or my father I had my brother and my sister, and I had, friends, parents that helped raise me when I was little, because, my mom and dad weren't around. They would come and sit and spend hours with me at the hospital, holding my hand, talking to the doctors, and asking them questions so we know what was going on. While they didn't know if I was going to make it, my breathing would just stop and my vocal cords would just close and it would be done. It just kept being a trend, and so at this point we had to figure out a solution because I couldn't make it on my own anymore without living in the hospital or have constant supervision. So we discussed having a tracheotomy. Talk about a game changer. It was one of the most trying experiences I've ever had in my life. I didn't get to have my kids around very much because I was so medicated or in so much pain, and I didn't want them to see me like that. And my sister used to have to come over several times a day, and she would have to put this tube down into my lungs and turn on a machine to pump out all of the junk that was sitting in my lungs. And she had to do this several times a day, and it was scary, and if she moved it the wrong way, it could have punctured my lung. It was just a very, very scary situation. My body just really couldn't take it anymore. I coughed up blood every day, all day, and it was so painful. And I thought I was strong and I thought I could handle it, but it was changing my views on a lot of different things. I was so sad all the time. Within 15 minutes, I can be on the ground or back in the hospital. Here at the office, I have probably had an episode resulting in an ambulance and intubation probably 5 times that I can remember. The support of this office and the financial support that they were able to give me and my children to get through this was amazing. I don't know if there's enough words in the dictionary to describe how much my family and I are thankful, because I honestly don't know if I would even be here today if it wasn't for the help and the love and the family atmosphere that they were able to provide me when it's not something I was getting at home. I've never had that. And to have that relationship here in our market center, in our office, where there's so much love and people willing to step out to help each other, is such a beautiful thing. And I am just so grateful from the bottom of my heart for me and my children to be able to get through it. I'm married now, but at the time all this was happening, I was very much a single mother. I'm trying to raise my 2 kiddos on my own and dealing with this kind of situation. It tested my faith, but by testing it, it really made it stronger. You have to decide to accept it and figure out what you can do to change, you know what I mean? What you can do to make every day better, what you can do to enjoy every breath you take, because it's not guaranteed. Things can change in the blink of an eye. And when you have lung problems, every breath matters, and every breath is such a true blessing. It means the world to me to have such good support here. And our Agents in Action makes a difference in so many people's lives. And when we donate and we help each other out, we're showing them what God can do. I've been intubated 13 times in the last 5 years, and they still don't know how to fix me just yet. I have faith that one day we'll find an answer. One day it'll be okay. But until then, I'm alive. And there's not much more I could ask for except for that. I'm Tiffany Bellflower, and our Agents in Action help me to breathe a little bit easier every day.